Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Deva Parama Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Here Gu means darkness and Ru means the removal of it. The spiritual guide who removes the darkness of our mind is the Guru. And Guru is the God himself. So we salute our Gurus. This discourse is for all concerned in this creation, irrespective of any difference. This is equally important for a pigeon or for a man. It's all about removal of ignorance and get absorbed in the bliss of nature. Getting straight to our point, our mission is to get God in our hands within 1 year time. We want service from the God at our will. When God serves us, then we are peaceful. You can get absolute security. God will be at your service all the time with His all available powers. Within only 1 year time, you will be able to connect yourself to the powerhouses of nature. Tips and tricks from old religious scriptures and literatures, mantra sadhana, that is repetition of secret words, some day-to-day change in lifestyle, scientific viewpoints will assist you to reach the goal. Who are we? Let's start with a sloka, that is a verse from Shvetashvatara Upanishad, a very old scripture of Indian origin. Srinnantu Visse Amritasya Putra. The core meaning of this sloka is all living beings' raw material is nectar, the Amrita. That is myself, yourself, Krishna, Muhammad, Jesus, Bin Laden, Obama, Nirav Modi, Fulon Devi, any tiger, crow or monkey, all have the similarity of having Amrita, the nectar, which makes all immortal and eternal. But a relief, we can start at least with the confidence that no fear at all. We have nectar inside, we are immortal. Births and deaths are mere celebrations of birthdays and death days. Those are mere some compartments of merry-go-round, no start or end, a cyclic process which we can see in this nature everywhere. Seed of a tree, then a flower, then a fruit, and then the tree perishes. Again a seed, tree, flower. This cyclic process is valid for all creatures. See here, the creature is the creator itself. So we will better not try to find any creator, as that will only bring about the question of creator of the creator, and likewise we will end up with an infinite number of creators or God. We have to consider creation as natural phenomena. We will use scientific logic, which are used by the Westerners to understand any subject. Of course, the method of vichara, the comparison used by the Eastern philosophers, is more proper to understand complex propositions. But we will use Western method of logic derived from the subject mathematics, because most of the people are familiar with Western logic rather than Eastern vichara, the comparison. To understand the complex subjects like God, universe, creation and consciousness, we must have some logical method handy. Otherwise, there won't be any basis of discussion. We will move step by step to get the God in our hands. We will see how fantastic and seemingly unreal things can happen in reality. We will utilize God every moment to increase all our faculties pertaining to our body and soul. The researchers of this field of spiritualism used philosophies of different kinds to understand, evaluate, and express God, namely Advaitavad, non-dualism, Vishishtadvaitavad, qualified non-dualism, Dvaitavad, dualism, Dvaitadvaitavad, dualistic non-dualism, Shuddhadvaitavad, pure non-dualism, Achinto Veda Avedabad, inconceivable oneness and difference. All the religions like Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, mixture of many religions, Sikhism, even religions of the tribals, etc., available in this world will be found in those divisions. Apart from those, other atheist religions like Buddhism and Jainism, etc., are also there. There is no miracle in this universe. We term those happenings as miracles, which we don't understand. But miracles are mere natural process, which can be performed by the few knowledgeable using their proper powerhouses of this nature. Amritasya putra portion of the starting verse means the sons of nectar. Now nectar stands for God, immortal and eternal. So sons of nectar are also gods, immortal and eternal. And the verse also describes about the equality of all existence. There Amritasya putra also means sons of God, and it is used for all the creatures. So why there is wrong to describe the Jesus as the Son of God? A verse from Bible. I will surely tell of the decree of the Lord. He said to me, you are my son. Today I have begotten you. Here the God is accepting Jesus Christ as the Son. God's son is God. Can a cat's son be an elephant or monkey's son be zebra? So Jesus was the son of the God surely. So Jesus was the God undoubtedly. Jesus had shown his godly power of rising even after death and carry on necessary works whenever needed. One question arises. Where is the proof that Jesus arose after death? These miracles are difficult to prove now, as those are many years old, but we can forward on logic, circumstantial evidence. One powerful king killed Jesus, and the king's men also spread many rumors regarding the miraculous power of their king. Compared to that king's power, the disciples of Jesus were much weaker. But after thousands of years, the story of Jesus rising from death is past the test of time. But we don't know now any power of that powerful king who killed Jesus. Many ask this question, how God infinite can be with infinite Jesus? Consider a scientific answer. This is a scale 12-inch long and 1-inch breadth. So this is a finite scale. Now the question is, how many points are there in this scale? Infinite number of points. The building blocks of the scale are there in this scale. So infinite inside finite. What is God and where is God? One verse from Rig Veda. Ekam sad vipra vahuda vadanti. Ekam sad, reality is one. If reality is one, then of course we all are included in that one. Otherwise we are not reality. Vipra bahuda vadanti. Scholars expressed in different forms. So it means the Brahma, the ultimate truth. The God is expressed in various forms, in various time and space. Therefore, dust to diamonds, amoeba to Homo sapiens, all are God. Kankar, Shankar. Means Shankar, the Shiva, the Yogi, is in every dust particle. Sarvam Khalidam Brahma. Verse from Chandak Upanishad. Means Brahma is all pervading. Brahman is used to define God. Example, many images of different things like God, animal and doll are made up of clay. Here clay is available in all images. So clay can be compared like the existence of Brahma. Here Brahma Maya, the illusions of Brahma, are the various images of clay. When the Maya ceases to exist, then the clay, the Brahma remains. If we examine scientifically, The fundamental and basic element of this universe is atom. It is available everywhere. Now inside atom, electrons are moving at certain speed, centering protons and neutrons. An invisible attraction is binding the whole universe. So even if we think something is inert, but actually it's all dynamic, the karma, which can't stop under any circumstances. So everything of this universe are dynamic and come under the influence of karma and follows the rules of cause and effect. Here we can know this attraction scientifically as love. The love is the only binding energy of this creation. It has no start and end. Anadi and Ananta. Timeless, eternal beyond time and space. Condition free, mukta. Actually you can call love is the one and only natural religion, and the whole universe with its matter and consciousness follow the laws of love. Knowingly or unknowingly, everything belongs to this religion only. The truth Satchidananda, the ocean of eternal love and joy, the truth reflected inside every being, dead or alive, moving or resting. Now the confrontation of believers and disbelievers crops up. But actually there exists no believer or disbeliever. It's only varying degrees that brings about the difference. And that too, those degrees are kept on changing all the time. Suppose this is an ice cube. Is this cold or hot? You may tell one ice cube is cold, but scientifically you are wrong. Temperature of that ice cube is 0 degrees Celsius. But an object with minus 100 degrees Celsius is much colder. In comparison to that object, it is much hotter then. So not cold or hot, but only one scale of degree temperature, colder or hotter. So atheists are not those who do not believe in God, neither theists believe in God completely. All atheists are to some extent theists, and all theists are to some extent atheists. So everyone is believer and disbeliever at the same time. Difference among human as believers and disbelievers are just scientific ignorance, because the believers don't know in which God they believe and the disbelievers don't know in which God they disbelieve. Let those religious clerics understand physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology and anthropology to some extent, and only then their knowledge will be proper. Understanding of science means practice of scientific knowledge in day-to-day life. One yogi's belief is Satkarma, which leads him to path of absolute surrender to the nature. But general people's belief is accepting something without proof, which is very dangerous and leads to superstitions and prejudices. The person then moves along the wrong path quite confidently. Earlier, the elders used to term this condition a little learning is a dangerous thing. Here, the religious clerics and politicians guide the weakness of general mass and instill a false sense of confidence into them. Here, we must be clear about one thing. Knowledge is your practice. A label is fixed on the bottle of wine. Alcohol drinking is injurious to health. Now, this is a mere information. Can be stored in a CD or pen, drive or book. It is not knowledge until it is practiced. The person who is not consuming alcohol is the only knowledgeable about this fact. Others don't know. It's only an information for them. Do you think a library is very knowledgeable or mere a storehouse of information? Modern society hardly uses scientific philosophies, so they suffer most, as away from the science, that is the truth, is perversion. Perversion leads to sufferings and sorrow. Scriptures like Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Bhagabat Gita, Tripitak, Bible, Quran, Guru Granth Sahib, Hebrew Bible, Asthabakra Gita, Chaitanyo charitamrito, Brahma Sutras, etc. and the epics like Mahabharata and Ramayana were composed by various people termed as sage, saint, muni, rishi, avatar, prophet and the God himself for the benevolence of mankind and the universe as well. There is no book which is written by God, and religious varieties and different political theologies are created by man from time to time, not a creation of God or nature. The yogis in dhyana, that is in meditation, realized the truth of this universe and written down as scriptures. But some alterations to the scriptures can be ruled out. In some, the contemporary socio-economic and political conditions were also enacted to discipline and educate the available mass. Of those time, many rules were introduced which are of no relevance after thousands of years. We don't have any academic interest for those old scriptures. We want the practical use of those scriptures, which can illuminate our mind, and we can feel and exercise the fantastic power of Atma, the spirit. There are many tips and tricks in those books which can bring the God in your hands. Many secret array of words which are termed as mantras are available in those scriptures. If you use those mantras in proper ways, then you also can be immensely powerful in comparison to general people with ordinary power. The mantras are mechanical and can tap the energy of various powerhouses of this nature. Bin Laden can be transformed to Jesus if the uses of those mantras are proper. One very dangerous criminal named as Ratnakar was transformed to a great yogi, Valmiki, through proper mantra chanting. He had later composed the epic, the Ramayana. We stop here today. Next lecture will be in the part 2, and hopefully in 10 or 12 parts we will conclude God on Call. Your sincere practice for only 1 year will give you the desired result. Keep a track on the videos. Thank you.